Alright, hey, what's going on, people of YouTube's Masculine here, and I wanted to make this video to explain kind of like a bizarre kind of workaround for mostly for my Canadian friends, because this is something that I discovered basically on a fluke. Part of it can work in the United States, so if you do live in the United States, you can listen, but I found a way that is perfectly 100% legitimate way to for the States, you can avoid taxes, and in Canada, you can get, basically, you can avoid paying the Canadian price for video games on Xbox Live, and also avoid taxes as well. So I'm not going to be able to show you, basically, I'm not going to be able to show you what I do, but I can explain in great detail of what I did to accomplish this. I'm not going to show you things because I have to show you PayPal. You do have to have PayPal, and you do have to have either a Visa debit or a credit card. So if you don't have a Visa debit or a credit card, I think it might actually work for just if you just have PayPal and you put money into the PayPal. I don't know, and I can't try that method. But the one thing that I can show you is I live in Canada. I live in Ontario, Canada, and right now the price of video games is $69.99. So you can look right here, $69.99, which is $10 more than in the U.S. at this present time because the Canadian dollar. There's some issues with the Canadian dollar, so video games are $10 more expensive in Canada right now. Not too long ago, probably about a year and a half ago, they were $59.99, but they're up to $69.99. And so let me start out by explaining how I came across this. So Mortal Kombat X. Mortal Kombat X came out a couple of days ago, and it was a game that I was interested in, like highly interested in. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. What happened was I got some I got 80 Microsoft coins from Microsoft for an issue that I had with their customer service, and for them wasting my time and screwing up what I wanted them to do. They compensated me 80 Microsoft dollars. So I was like, okay, I'm not huge on digital download games. But now I'm probably going to lean closer towards getting download games since I found this out, because I save at least $15 to $20 doing this method. So I'm gonna explain it. But first I'm gonna show you my Microsoft transaction history. So you'll see it right now, and I'll highlight. It'll say Mortal Kombat X, and that's how much I paid. Which is no tax and is the American price. So what happened was I wanted to buy Mortal Kombat X on Xbox One. It was a couple of days before the game came out because I wanted to pre-download it, and then right at 12 midnight I could play it. So what I did is I went on, turned on my Xbox, whatever, went on, and went to go purchase the game, and my card kept declining because I knew there was going to be originally what I was going to do is I got the premium, so it was like $102. So I was going to use my 80 Microsoft dollars that I had, or 89 Microsoft dollars is what I had, and I was going to pay the rest off on my Visa debit, which I had attached to my Microsoft account. So I was like, why is it declining? Because I was very specific as saying I don't want to put $102 on my debit card. So I put just enough to cover the remainder into my checking account on my Visa debit, and moved my other balance into my savings account just in case it would charge. And it kept insufficient fund, or not insufficient fund. It just kept declining. I'm like, well, what the hell is going on? So I was getting frustrated, and I'm like, why the hell is this not working? So then I'm like, okay, I'll go try on Xbox website. And I go on there, and it shows that I have my 80 credits. It shows that I have my $89, my Microsoft dollars. And I'm like, okay, so it's there. So let me try on the website. So I try, and it wants me to add a Visa debit or a PayPal account. Okay, so I go to add a Visa debit, or go to add my PayPal account, because I'm like, I don't I'll just add my PayPal account. So that way I can put funds in my PayPal and pay for it that way. But I still do have my Visa debit attached to my PayPal. But anyway, so when it was giving me the asking me for information, it was asking me for a zip code and state. There we go. So it was asking me for zip code and state, and I'm like, well, I live in Canada, so I don't have a zip code. I have a postal code, and I don't have a state. I have a province. So why the hell is it asking me for a zip code and a state account or a state? So I'm like, whatever. I'll ring up Microsoft. So I go on to the Microsoft chat and I explain my situation. And the guy comes back and he's like, oh, okay. So I see what happened. You have the guy who was giving me the 89 credits or the 89 Microsoft dollars gave me codes that I can enter. So they were basically redeeming currency. They were codes, just like you go to EB Games or buy them anywhere. So that's what happened is it split my billing, my Microsoft billing, to Canadian and American. So my billing is split for states and the US or for Canada. So therefore, we had to figure out a way to get around that so I can still use my my credits to buy what I wanted. I could have bought the standard edition, which was like $69 or $59.99 in the States, which is the currency I had to use. But I wanted the premium edition because I wasn't going to use the $89 or 89 credits for anything else, really. So he's like, okay, this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to set your account to accept PayPal. And you can't do it on the Microsoft site or on the Xbox Live site. You have to go on to Microsoft's website. I can show you that. You go to Microsoft's website and you go into your account, and then there's billing info. So then you click on your billing info, and you'll see your billing. It'll say US or CA. It's at the top of your billing history. And so I was able to toggle from US to Canada and Canada to US. So the first step that you would have to do is you would have to buy either a Microsoft point card from the States or a Microsoft currency from the States. So if you know anybody who lives in the States, send them some money, get them to buy you a US code, and you enter that for your account. And what will happen is, like I said, Microsoft splits your billing because they assume that, okay, maybe this guy travels between US and Canada all the time and brings his Xbox. But since there's region locking or different taxes and stuff like that, what happens is you can't the currency isn't backwards compatible, I guess you could say. And that was the problem that I was having. So essentially what I had to do was, I'm just going to type in something real quick. Basically what I had to do is I had to set up a PayPal account because I couldn't use my debit. I couldn't use my Visa debit because it's a Canadian Visa debit. So I couldn't enter my information. So he told me, he's like, you know what? Go ahead and link a PayPal account to your Microsoft account. You have to do it on your actually no, you could do it on your Xbox Live. All you have to do is as soon as you buy a points card from the States and enter it, it'll split your billing for US and Canada and vice versa. So if you were to go ahead and buy a Canadian points card, you would get a US and a Canadian split billing, which is I guess it's really freaking neat because you could probably do this for Europe or some other place where they sell cheaper games and do this. So once you get split billing when you buy a points card or a currency card from the States, if you're in Canada, or Canada when you're in the States, it doesn't really matter for the States. You don't have to do this because your games are cheaper anyway. But for my Canadian friends, like I said, for number one, buy a points card or a currency card from the States. Get your friends to do it, your family to do it. Buy one online, doesn't matter. As soon as you get that, you will unlock the split billing for Canada and the US. And then once you have that, from now on, when you go to spend, when you go to buy games on the U.S. side, so you get the cheaper games, you have to make sure you go into your Microsoft account and switch your billing info to the U.S. And then if you want to buy Canadian games that aren't exclusive to, or exclusive in Canada, if that ever happens, then you have to switch back to the Canadian billing. So that way, when you go to Xbox.com, it'll be Xbox.com/EU-CA, so for the Canadian site. So if I were to go, here, I'll show you right now. So if I were to go to Xbox.com, right here, it says en.us. So I'm on the US website, okay? I can't get to the Canadian website. I can't access it because my Microsoft account is set to my Microsoft account is set to US billing. So essentially, after you do that step, once you get your Microsoft account split billing US and Canada, what you do is you set up a PayPal account on your Xbox, because for some reason I don't think you can use PayPal in Canada. So basically, all you have to do is hold on, I need to sign in here. Okay. So basically, once you do that, when you type in Xbox.com in Canada, it should bring you to, like I said, the Xbox.com /en-US. And then all you have to do is go to My Account. That's what you do. You go to My Account, and then Payment and Billing. And then once you're in Payment and Billing, up in where the green area is here, it'll say Add PayPal. It'll say My Account, Payments and Billings, Manage Payment Options, Redeem Code, Billing Info, Remove Payment Option, Add PayPal. So you click on Add PayPal, and now here's the part where you really have to pay attention. So as soon as you click on Add PayPal, it's going to bring up, you're going to add some payment information. So you add in your PayPal address, the state that you live in, and if this is where it got confusing for me. For the state that you live in, there's a couple of states in the U.S. I picked, I think it was Wisconsin. Let's see. Wisconsin, abbreviations, just because, okay, let me see. So Wisconsin, WI, that's a non-taxable state, that's not non-tax state. So you type in Wisconsin as your state, or WI for the abbreviation, and then all you have to do is get any random zip code from Wisconsin. Any random zip code from Wisconsin. Could be a postal bank, could be anything like that. Then for the address and stuff, just enter your normal stuff. Enter your normal address where you live in Canada. Your city, or not your city. If your city is there, you can enter your city, because that's exactly what I did. And then all you have to do is, once you add that, you make sure you're still on the Xbox.com /EU-US. And then when you go to pay for the game, select your PayPal. You want to pay, or it should come up. That card that you've added should come up, and then as soon as you hit buy, it'll use your U.S. currency, or your U.S. U.S. Microsoft dollars, and then it'll charge your PayPal account the remainder. But you will notice that you didn't pay any taxes. Plus, you got the American video game pricing. I haven't figured out if this works with disc-based games, because you can buy discs for Microsoft's games on Microsoft.com. I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna see, but there's probably a conflicting issue with shipping. But 100% guaranteed this works. So let me recap you again. One, you need to buy either a Microsoft points card or a Microsoft wallet, or a Microsoft dollars card that's from the States. It has to be from the States to do this. And then after you do that, link your PayPal account after you do that, make sure you go to your Microsoft account, switch your billing info to US There's a drop down menu. You won't miss it. Switch it to US from Canada, and then go to Xbox.com. And if you've done if you've done the second part correctly, like I said, /EU-US, it should come up right away. It should come up every single time after you've done your Microsoft account. And after you do that, you link your PayPal account. Use the Wisconsin state abbreviation, which is WI, and then a random Wisconsin zip code. And that's all there is to it. It's simple. And if you have a problem, like if you get a points card from the States and you have a problem, ring up Microsoft and explain the situation. The same thing. They will, you could say you took a trip to the US and you got some points and you can't use them, and they will walk you through the same steps. Microsoft is 100% A-okay with it. They're still making money either way. You're not breaking any laws. You're not breaking anything, because it's not the government that's making these prices. It's the dollar is down in Canada, so whatever. And like I said, here's a bonus for my US friends. You could do the same thing, but just, use a Wisconsin. Hell, you can just do it anyway. You can just add a Wisconsin zip code to your PayPal account, and there you go. You're good. You're not paying taxes, even if you do live in the States, so you're getting a little bit cheaper anyway. Yeah, so there you go. If you have any questions, concerns, or issues, please feel free to comment down below and let me know, and I will get back to you. You can also go over to my Twitter. You could tweet at me on Twitter, and I will get back to you there. If you need a step-by-step guide, maybe I could do that as well. I'll write up something for you and send it to you either through YouTube or something like that. But like I said, any problems at all, comment below. Hit that subscribe button. Like this video if it's helped you out and it's going to save you some money. I know some people out there really don't like digital games, but when you're trying games that you really think you might like but you don't want to pay a crap ton of money for, this is an alternative. Just like me, Mortal Kombat X, I was on the fence, but since I found out this trick, I have no regrets whatsoever with picking that up. And who knows, maybe at some point we could do this for, Europe or something like that, where maybe there's another country where games are cheaper. Who knows? But yeah, so anyway, like I said, like this video if it helped you out. Any problems at all, any problems at all, comment down below and I will help you through it. And as always, I'm Masculinity, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Hey, on a mobile phone? No problem, I got you covered. If you want to watch one of the featured videos, Featured 1 and Featured 2, look down in the description. If you want to continue watching the series, look down in the description for next parts when available.